All right, so I had one of the haters in the comments say, "Hey, Yoder, he's filming this from his mom's basement. He probably couldn't even play football. He's never even touched a football." Let me tell you what, okay? We got like 80 new subscribers between yesterday's video and today's video. So to prove the haters and losers, of which there are many wrong, all I'm asking for is 25 subscribers from this video. Next video, tomorrow, I guess, Wednesday, I will do 25 push-ups to lead the show. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if you're waiting for a reason, if you just want to humiliate me and make me do push-ups and then unsubscribe tomorrow, I don't care. Go ahead and do it. We are at 14,536. So you got the number. We just got to get to 14,561 to make me do push-ups before Wednesday's video. So go to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Michigan TV. We're going to talk about the ground rate offense and more coming up on today's Michigan Football Report right now. We are presented by BetQL. If you need advice, if you need 5-star picks on your college and your NFL bets this weekend, go to chatsports.com/MichiganQL. 25% off your subscription using promo code ChatMichigan. I asked for some follower shout-outs, some Twitter followers yesterday. I said, hey, can I get 10 of you guys to follow me? I'll give you shout-outs if you tweet at me, and you guys came through. As of filming this at about 5 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday, I gained about 65 new followers since yesterday's show. So let's take a look. I'm going to eventually give out everybody a shout-out from yesterday's video to today. We can't fit them all on today's video because there's way too many, but we got right up at the top, I'm going to read them my screen. Tom James Falkland. We got, how do you spell that? Carnafel Noah, Seth Coast that's a cool name. Jeremy A. and then K9 Hagen. A couple more here. Richard 092500. Jim Helms. Thanks so much, Jim. Kung Fu Charlie 24. Dory _Louise. And then 4 Ice NU up. Is that what he says? 4 Nice 86. There's probably some hidden meaning in there, Jack. Okay, more Twitter follow-outs. I got another 10-15 later in the show. And then tomorrow's show, Thursday's show, we'll get everybody in there that followed in the last 24 hours from Monday shows to Tuesdays. But put out a mailbag call this morning, or actually yesterday evening on YouTube. So there's all questions from our Michigan Football Report from Chat Sports YouTube channel. So we're going to go through these. Got a lot of questions, about 100 or so, and I picked the best 8 or 10 of them to talk about today. All right, Steve Sipka comes and says, I'd love to hear your thoughts and analysis with the problems at Ohio State and how you think the game is looking as things stands at this point in the season. All right. So good question. Maybe it's time to focus on Ohio State. 25% of the way through the season. Here's my take on Ohio State. Bad DC. It seems like they've solved that problem. They pulled Kerry Coombs. It's his second year, I think it is. Yeah, second year as their DC. He is no longer calling plays as of last week, and from the Ohio State fans I've talked to, they're happy about that, but he's still DC in title. I don't think he'll be at the program, at least in that capacity, next season. Maybe he'll take a demotion, and it's pretty clear to me that this is the wrong quarterback at Ohio State. When you have 3 highly rated guys on the bench behind him, you can't let C.J. Stroud perform like he has over the last 3 weeks. I mean, redshirt freshman quarterback, whatever. But this is Ohio State. They're up there with Alabama, with Oklahoma, with Clemson even, as there is no drop-off. You have to come in and just be excellent from the start. So with C.J. Stroud potentially having a little bit of shoulder injury, wrong quarterback, I think Kyle McCord, no bias here at all, is the best backup quarterback in America. NFL scouts said, hey, he might be the next John Elway. I don't know. I'm not a scout. But keep an eye out for the Buckeyes to maybe make a change at quarterback this Saturday. They're 50-point favorites versus Akron. They'll call it, well, McCord's going to, or Stroud's going to get that shoulder healed up and rest for the Big Ten season. I don't know about that. I think you might see Kyle McCord be taking half the snaps in practice this week regardless. And if he plays well against Akron, maybe you've got a new true freshman quarterback in Columbus. So we'll see what happens there with Ohio State. They've got Akron. Should be no problem. 50-point spread. But maybe you'll see what happens to the defense, see what happens with that quarterback position. Those are the 2 things that are holding them back. And I'll talk about it in a second. There's just some crazy stuff being said about Michigan, Ohio State right now. More follower shout-outs right now. We've got Bill Krebaum. Thanks so much, Bill. Steelers Bailey. Tom Suba, which Suba _Tom. Colton, 588-18438. Thanks, Colton. And by the way, good prediction a couple weeks ago. We had a few people predict before you, but shout out to you for getting that prediction right. Chad Vader 10. Thanks to all you guys for following at James Yoder on Twitter. 5 more we're going to do today. Gene Proc, JCT_Wolverine. And go ahead. These are great Michigan fans. Go ahead and give them a follow. I'll actually put all these Twitter handles down in the description and in the comments. So click on them and give them a follow. Yellow Jacket 92_92. And then my man, it's 10mil_SOKHET. And then the BetQL app. Okay, we'll give more shout-outs on the next show, on Wednesday's show, on Thursday's show. We'll try to get all of them. But BetQL did follow me after I tweeted about them. I had a winning weekend in the NFL. Shout out to me. 60%. That's better than the pros do it. 3-2. I only took BetQL bets. So if you guys are in the state of Michigan, go to chatsports.com/MichiganMGM. They've got a partnership, BetQL and BetMGM do. You download you go to the website. You got to use that URL there, and you put $10 on the BetMGM app. Make your first deposit. Once you make your first $10 bet, you get BetQL subscription 1 year for free, folks. It's $180 value. Let me repeat that one more time. Chatsports.com/MichiganMGM. Put $10 down with BetMGM via that link. Make a $10 bet. Within 24 hours, you'll get an email telling you how to get your BetQL subscription for 1 year for free. So start actually just taking that $10, turn it into 100, maybe 1,000. I'm not saying you will, but if you follow BetQL, you have a much better chance to do so. Brian Scott, cousin of the show, not to look ahead, but how do you see this weekend's Notre Dame-Wisconsin game affecting the Michigan-Wisconsin game? Does it hurt or benefit Wisconsin to have this one before Michigan? I actually think it hurts them, right? They're at a neutral game. This one's at Soldier Field. Surprisingly, I was shocked because I took a little straw poll here around the office, and everyone thought, well, Notre Dame would be favored by 6. Notre Dame would be favored by 3, too. Wisconsin's almost favored by a touchdown, 6.5-point favorites. The game is noon from Soldier Field on Fox, over under 46.5, which leads me to believe that the sports books don't think either one of these offenses is going to do much. It'll be a game in the low 20s or high teens and high 20s, depending on how things shake out. Wisconsin's a favorite. They had a bye last week. They lost week 1 versus Penn State. So they're going to put a lot into this game, bye week, and then go to Notre Dame. So I think Michigan's going to have potentially some time this week to game plan for going on the road at Wisconsin. With crazy enough, they don't play every other year. They've only played about 5 or 6 times since 2001. Michigan has not won in Camp Randall since 2001. I think it's like 6 straight losses on the road at Wisconsin. So who are you rooting for in this one? You got one of Michigan's biggest 3 rivals, Notre Dame, and the Wisconsin team that has kicked Michigan's butt over the last 2 times they have played. Absolutely embarrassed them, 2019 and in 2020. So let me know down in the comments. If you're rooting for the Irish, type ND. If you're rooting for the Badgers, type W. Look, I'm just going to say I'm rooting for like a 17-14 game and both teams to look like crap because I want them both to lose. But I guess I'll say I'm rooting for Notre Dame because I feel like a better Wisconsin with momentum does nothing to help Michigan. We're not playing Notre Dame this year, so I'm going to go for Wisconsin. Type ND, type W. Let me know. We get a consensus of what you guys are thinking. Ace of Spades, 6407. Do you think we'll rush for 300 plus again? I think we can. He does. Also, thoughts on ESPN's Power Football Index giving us a 54% chance to beat Ohio State. All right, producer, toss up the stats here. Make sure everybody knows what we're dealing with. 335 yards in the opener, 343 against Washington, and then 378 against Northern Illinois, averaging 7.8, 6.1, and then again 7.8 yards per carry over their 3 games. Now, this is the first time Michigan has rushed for 300 yards in, I believe it's this century. Look, I went back through every game. Maybe I'm wrong here, but Blake Corum did become the first running back for Michigan with 3 straight 100-yard games since Fitz Toussaint did in 2011 when he finished Nebraska, Ohio State, and one other game. So it's been 10 years since a running back has had 3 straight 100-yard games for the Wolverines. So you see those stats there. Ask you this question. Just put the number down in the comments. Michigan will have blank rushing yards versus Rutgers. Michigan will have blank rushing yards versus Rutgers. Quick prediction. I have no reason to say anything else, so I'm going to say 325 will be my prediction. Go down, let me know what you guys think. I think they're going to stick to the ground game. I've named this offense something really unique and special here. I'll tell you about it in just a second. But no, don't put that up on screen, Jack. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do this to us, ESPN, because you're buying into the September Kool-Aid, okay? 3 weeks ago, this same graph, the matchup predictor on ESPN's schedule page, whatever, their FPI, which has Michigan 6th in the country right now, it was 88% Ohio State, now 12%. 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks. The first game was the 4th. 17 days, it's going all of a sudden Michigan's a 54% chance likely to beat Ohio State. don't get my hopes up. Don't give me a September national title, September Heisman, anything. I don't want to hear anything about this Michigan FPI until they go on the road and beat Wisconsin, beat Penn State, beat Michigan State. Then, okay, you have a couple weeks before Ohio State. Maybe we can start talking about 54%, 46%. I don't want to hear it before then because, frankly, I will just be I'll just be hurt again. I don't want to be hurt. So let me know what you guys think about this game, though. Predict the score. I'll actually pin this comment to the bottom of the video. Predict the score. Michigan, Rutgers. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to give $50 Venmo to the winner this week because this man right here, Jace Henneveld, a Yoder always pays his debts. I Venmoed him last week, $25. He predicted the Michigan-Washington score. There's like 6 or 7 people who predicted it correctly, so no one got it for Michigan versus Northern Illinois. But Jace, we did Venmo him $25. I put the screenshot on my Twitter if you think I'm BSing you. Shout out to Jace for getting it right. 50, I told you. If somebody gets it, we'll up the ante, so it's 50 this week, Michigan, Rutgers. I'm going 42-14 Michigan in this one. They're 19-point favorites, so I've got them covering the spread once again. Next question up from Bob84. If Michigan keeps playing the way they are, do you think they have a chance at beating Ohio State? I guess if they keep playing the way they are, if they get 350 yards in the game on the ground, yeah, they would beat Ohio State. But let's bring this back. Toss it on screen, Jack. Remember this from last year? It didn't actually play out. I think I'll credit this for infecting Michigan's team with the coronavirus because this graphic here by itself prevented Michigan from losing to Ohio State. So I'll take credit from that. We've been doing this since January of 2020. No game last year. But go ahead and type BOSA in the comments. Not the brothers. BOSA. Beat Ohio State again. It's the mantra. I think Michigan has a chance this year if they stick to what they're doing well. Offensive line, running attack, and a simplified defense. All right, this offense. People call the air raid, Texas Tech and Hawaii and all these schools. I'm calling the Michigan offense after 3 weeks. I'm coining this, so if you use it on Twitter, Facebook, if you say it on the radio, say it on TV, 17 cents you owe me. Let's be the ground raid. Michigan is officially home of the ground raid offense, coined by Yoder. Let's keep it rolling, though. Michigan is proven over the last several years, even with all kinds of NFL talent and receiver, a 5-star quarterback, Shea Patterson, they are just not a passing school, right? It just hasn't happened. Jim Harbaugh's not a passing coach. So focus on what we're doing well. Run the ground raid. Be the best rushing team in the country. I'm for it. I'm buying in. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Next up, Brendan Conley. Did Cade's performance give you confidence that he is the guy over McCarthy? No, I mean, I wouldn't say anything about his performance was wildly special. He had 2 deep passes. One he overthrew the receiver. One he hit the receiver, Cornelius Johnson, both times for an 87-yard touchdown. The second one. So, no, I wouldn't say he put up anything special to make me think that he is the guy. J.J. McCarthy, do we want more snaps? I think if Michigan is up in this game by 2 scores, even if it's in the second quarter, hell, even if it's the end of the first quarter, I would love to see J.J. McCarthy get at least a series or 2 with the first-string offense, with the game fairly uncertain, where he has to throw the ball where they know he's throwing the ball. On a 3rd and 6 from midfield when Michigan's up by 14 points in the second quarter, that would make me feel better about him getting into the game long term. I think Michigan's best opportunity to win at the highest levels, whether it's this year, years down the road, is for a guy like J.J. McCarthy who can make every throw in the book, at least you'd expect him to, with the arm talent that he has. I'm saying give me more J.J. I love to see him in less garbage time and more, hey, this is the line of fire. This is the game. You've got to make plays. Mr. Freshman McCarthy, he's been on campus for over 8 months now. I would think that he would do well, and what I've seen from his arm, frankly, he gives Michigan the best opportunity to win if he's performing, his performance matches his arm talent that we have seen. One more time from BetQL, chatsports.com/MichiganMGM. Again, put $10, use the link. I'll put it down in the description and in the comments. Put $10 down via that link with the BetMGM app or website. Then make your first step. Bet for $10, and you will get BetQL, their betting advice service. Stay with me on this graphic, Jack. I want to pull it up really quick. With the beak a little bit for you guys. NFL, I don't know. Should I give this one out? BetQL gave us the Saints last week. It was one of their few losers in their 5-star bets. So I'm not gonna talk about that one. Steelers -3.5 is a 5-star bet over the Bengals this Sunday in the NFL. And I'm going to flip it over here to college really quick, give you a 5-star bet for college. I went 3-2. I'm off to a pretty nice winning weekend or winning year between college and the NFL so far this year. No 5-star bets in college just yet, but they do have the Appalachian State Marshall game under 60 as a 5-star in college. Those will update as we get closer to the games later on in the week. All right, next up is the Manalist. That's a great nickname. I like that, the Manalist. I'm a football Manalist. Is the Big Ten the strongest conference this year? It's looking very much like the most powerful conference thus far in 2021. I think top-heavy-wise, it's got to be the SEC. You've got Georgia and Alabama, right there at the top of the polls. Georgia beat Clemson. Alabama's now beat Florida, and they beat Miami, so they've taken care of the state of Florida. So I think you give SEC the strongest, at least towards winning the national title. But deepest, it could be Michigan. Iowa, number 5. Penn State, number 6. They've looked certainly really good. Beat Auburn at home. Has already taken care of Wisconsin. Ohio State, that's a brand reputation number 10 right there. They've not played like the top 10 team in the country, but we've known Ohio State to turn things around as things go around. Wisconsin to the loss to Penn State. They have a chance to redeem themselves against Notre Dame. If they do win, they'll probably pop up to about 14 or 13 by the time Michigan rolls into there a week from Saturday. Michigan's jumped up to 19, and Michigan State enters the poll. They also beat Miami like Alabama did, went down there to South Florida and beat the Hurricanes this past weekend. They're 3-0. Got one of the best running backs in the country, and that's where we're at. So 6 teams in the top 20 for the Big Ten right now. So best conference, strongest conference, I would say deepest conference as of right now is what I'm seeing, but not necessarily the strongest at the top. All right, what we got here? We got more Twitter followers. See it above my screen. I'll keep giving shout-outs. Let's just say up until game time. Anybody who follows me, but make it easy for me. Comment or make some sort of comment towards me, and it'll be easier for me to give you guys a shout-out. If you do, just say, hey, James, watch the show on YouTube, like the show. I got all those people on this one and our Thursday show. I'll keep giving shout-outs on this show. And put your Twitter handle down in the comments and the description so you can follow other Michigan football fans. Let's take a look at this toss up on the screen, Jack. Predict the score. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to do so. Go down in the comments. Michigan, Rutgers. What did I say? I already forgot. I said 42-14, I think is what I said. I'm just going to stick with 42-14 is the prediction I have. I'll put that down in the comments as well. Jace, thanks so much for your prediction against Washington. I will have a Michigan football preview versus Rutgers and Michigan football rumors coming up over the next 2 days. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Till then, go Blue.